So this video will cover angle relationships with algebra and help you solve for missing angle measurements. So previously we went through and talked about different types of angles, and now we are going to use those to solve for x. So if you look at these two angles, you should remember that they are vertical. And vertical angles are congruent, which means we are going to set these equal. So 8x plus 31 equals 16x minus 9. And then we can start solving. So subtract 8x on both sides. Add 9. And then divide by 8. So x equals 5. In this next example, we have these two angles, and then I'm seeing here that they have this right angle, so we know that those angles are complementary, which means they add up to 90. So we're going to take 3x plus 11 plus 8x plus 2 and set that equal to 90. And then we're going to combine like terms, so 3x plus 8x is 11x. 11 plus 2 is 13, and that equals 90. Subtract 13 on both sides. 11x equals 77. Divide by 11. X equals 7. On this next one, we have, if you kind of look here, we have these two angles. Together, they're forming this straight line. So this is considered a linear pair. Linear pairs are adjacent, which means they're right beside each other, and they're supplementary, which means they add up to 180. So we're going to start by taking 10x minus 22 plus 3x plus 20 and setting those equal to 180. If we combine like terms, we have 10x plus 3x, which is 13x. Negative 22 plus 20 is minus 2. Add 2 to both sides. When you divide by 13, x equals 14. This time it wants me to plug it back in. So for this first blank, SQR, that's this angle. So I would take my 13 and plug it in for that x. So 10 times 13 minus 22, which is 108 degrees. The second time is RQT, so that's this part here. We could plug it back in, or I also know that these two angles here and here have to add up to be 180. So 180 minus 108 is 72. For this next one, I'm seeing that together right here, these three angles are going to add up to be 180. If we already have 90 here. 180 minus 90 is 90, meaning that these two angles together are going to add up to be 90. So I have 17x plus 13 plus 32 minus 2x adding up to be 90 because they're complementary angles. Combining like terms, 17 minus 2 is 15x. 13 plus 32 is 45. And this equals 90. Subtract 45 from both sides. 15x equals 45. Divide by 15. X equals 3. Again, we are going to plug things back in. So DBE is this top angle. So I'm going to take my 3 and plug it back in. So 17 times 3 plus 13 is 64. And then the second angle, CBE, is here. And since we know that those have to add up to be 90, I can just do 90 minus 64, which is 26. On this next one, the two equations they give me here and here are vertical angles. We know vertical angles are equal. So we're going to go ahead and set those equal. So 8x minus 17 equals 5x plus 13. Subtract 5x from both sides. 3x minus 17 equals 13. Add 17 to both sides. 3x equals 30. Divide by 3. X equals 10. Then we're going to plug them back in. So the first one, RTS, is this angle over here. So 5 times 10 plus 13 is 63 degrees. The second angle they want us to find, PTQ, is actually this angle here. So I know that this angle is 63 because it's vertical to the other angle that we figured out was 63. Then all together right here, the green parts, this all has to add up to be 180 because it's making that straight line together. This piece here is 90. So if I take that out, I'm left with 90 degrees. So if I do a little erasing, I know over here that together these two angles should add up to be 90, and this angle is 63. So if I want to find PTQ, I'm just going to take 90 minus 63, and that's 27. For this next one, it says R and S are complementary, which we know means add up to be 90. So angle R is 2x plus 7 plus angle S is 4x minus 13, and that's going to equal 90 degrees. Combining our like terms, we get 6x and then we get positive 7 minus 13, so minus 6. We add 6 to both sides, and dividing both sides by 6, we get 16. Then it says find the measure of angle R, so we want to take our 16 and plug it in here. So 2 times 16 plus 7, which is 39. For our last example, it tells us angle 1 and 2 are vertical angles, so we know that they are equal. So 7x plus 1 equals 5x plus 47. Subtract 5x from both sides. Subtract 1. 2x equals 46, and when you divide by 2, x equals 23. Then it says to find the measure of angle 2, so we want to take our 23 and plug it in for angle 2, which is 5 times 23 plus 47, so we get 162 degrees.